All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're taking a close look at a really common mistake that millions of seniors are making every single day when it comes to their kidney health. We all tend to stick to these routines that we've been taught are universally healthy, right? But the truth is, as our bodies change, the rules of nutrition have to change right along with them. So we're going to unpack some seriously fascinating science around kidney function today and look at 3 very specific milk alternatives that can actually help cleanse your system and get a handle on those creatinine levels. It's a question that might catch you completely off guard. Is your daily healthy habit actually hurting your kidneys? Think about it for a second. So many of us pour a tall, regular glass of cow's milk every single morning because, well, we've been told our entire lives that it builds strong bones and it's basically the pinnacle of health. But for aging kidneys or kidneys that are already under stress, that innocent glass of milk can literally be one of the worst things sitting on your breakfast table.
Now, the problem isn't the whole concept of drinking milk. It's the specific type. Regular cow's milk carries this massive, heavy load of phosphorus and animal protein. And when your kidneys are already operating at a reduced capacity, those 2 elements force them into overdrive. It's kind of like asking an exhausted filter to process thick, heavy sludge. Over time, forcing your kidneys to clear out that heavy mineral and protein load is exactly what slowly drives your creatinine levels up, which is a major red flag for kidney strain.
And it doesn't stop there. There's also a massive difference in another absolutely critical mineral, potassium. Just to put this into perspective, 1 single cup of regular cow's milk packs around 350 to 400 milligrams of potassium. Compare that to a kidney-friendly alternative like rice milk, which sits at roughly 20 to 50 milligrams. That's not just a slight edge, it's a completely different playing field. As kidney function declines, extra potassium can build up in your blood, and that can actually disrupt your heart rhythm. So choosing that lower potassium option day in and day out, that adds up to real, life-saving protection. Okay, so before we jump into our 3 alternatives, we need a mental ground rule to judge them by. Kidney specialists often refer to this as the low 3 rule. Basically, for any beverage to be considered truly safe for a kidney patient, it has to be low in 3 specific things: phosphorus, potassium, and sodium. Keep this rule tucked in the back of your mind as we go through these options because it is the ultimate test for kidney safety. All right, milk number 1, rice milk, a clean break for kidneys. Now, rice milk usually surprises folks. Most people immediately think of oat or almond milk, right? But there is a rock-solid scientific reason why kidney specialists keep coming back to rice milk. When your kidneys are struggling, every single mineral you consume has to be filtered. Unsweetened, plain rice milk, it puts almost 0 burden on that whole process. The tiny bit of phosphorus it does have is plant-based, meaning it's harder for your body to absorb, so less of it ever even reaches your kidneys. Plus, it's naturally super low in sodium, which is huge for blood pressure control. High blood pressure places direct mechanical stress on those tiny little filters in your kidneys called glomeruli. And because rice milk has almost no protein, we're talking just half a gram to 1 gram per cup, it creates virtually 0 extra nitrogen waste or urea for your kidneys to clear out. It's honestly like giving your kidneys a much-needed day off.
But here's the catch, and this is a big one. You've got to know how to shop for it, because definitely not all rice milk is created equal. Food companies just love to fortify milks to make the nutrition label look flashy to the average shopper. But for someone dealing with kidney disease, adding a synthetic mineral like calcium phosphate literally turns a completely safe drink into a toxic, high-risk one. You have to follow the label reading rule. Pick up the carton, flip it around, and scan those ingredients. If you see calcium phosphate, or really any added synthetic minerals, just put it right back on the shelf. You want simple, unsweetened, non-enriched, clean rice milk.
Moving right along to milk number 2, unsweetened cashew milk, the heart-healthy choice.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. A nut milk might not immediately sound like a safe bet for a kidney patient, but it all comes down to the exact nutritional profile. Get this. A single cup of unsweetened cashew milk contains an incredibly low 20 to 60 milligrams of phosphorus. Remember, a cup of cow's milk has over 200 milligrams, and your body absorbs almost all of it. Way too much phosphorus in the blood puts a massive strain on weakened kidneys, and it can even lead to bone loss and dangerous calcium deposits in your arteries. So at just 20 to 60 milligrams of poorly absorbed plant-based phosphorus, cashew milk is a total game changer.
But the perks definitely don't stop at phosphorus. Cashew milk actually packs some incredible superpowers for kidney patients. It passes our low 3 rule with flying colors. Low potassium, naturally low sodium to protect that blood pressure, but here is the real secret weapon, the type of fat it brings to the table. Cashew milk is rich in oleic acid. That's the exact same heart-healthy monounsaturated fat that you'd find in olive oil. Because kidney disease patients face a significantly higher risk of cardiovascular issues, getting these healthy fats is absolutely crucial for supporting a healthy lipid profile and keeping those blood vessels flexible. Better blood vessels mean better circulation straight to the kidneys. And again, with under 1 gram of protein, it doesn't eat into your strict daily protein budget at all.
However, just like with the rice milk, we have a major warning label to discuss here. What manufacturers do to the cashew during processing can completely ruin its benefits. You have to watch out for synthetic additives, specifically things like tricalcium phosphate and disodium phosphate. Your body absorbs those synthetic phosphates at nearly 100% efficiency. If you drink cashew milk that's been fortified with these chemicals, you are completely canceling out every single kidney-saving benefit we just talked about. So always buy clean, unsweetened, unfortified cashew milk.
And that brings us to milk number 3, flax milk, the ultimate defender.
So while rice milk and cashew milk protect your kidneys by basically staying out of the way, flax milk is the ultimate defender because it actively goes to work to slow the damage down. It easily clears our low 3 rule hurdle with plenty of room to spare. Phosphorus, almost 0. Potassium, an incredibly low 0 to 30 milligrams per cup. I mean, compare that to the 350 milligrams in cow's milk, and the sodium is naturally very low too. For seniors who are navigating incredibly strict dietary limits, flax milk doesn't just meet the criteria, it actually gives you some real, stress-free breathing room in your daily diet.
But what makes flax milk truly unique is what it adds back into your body. It is one of the only milk alternatives out there containing a highly meaningful amount of ALA, or alpha-linolenic acid. Now, why does this matter so much? Well, because chronic kidney disease is, at its very core, an inflammatory condition. The ongoing damage isn't just from blocked filters, it's heavily driven by systemic inflammation that slowly breaks down kidney tissue over time. ALA is a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that actively helps cool down that systemic inflammation. Consuming it consistently may actually help hit the brakes on the progression of kidney damage.
Thanks to that ALA, flax milk actively promotes endothelial function, which is just a fancy way of saying it keeps the inner lining of your blood vessels healthy. Healthier vessels guarantee better blood flow, and better blood flow to the kidneys means much more efficient filtration. On top of all that, flax milk contains absolute 0 protein. That means your kidneys are processing 0 additional nitrogen waste, and at just 25 to 50 calories a cup, it seamlessly fits into pretty much any weight management or blood sugar plan you might be on. Now hold on, I do need to pause for a very specific and crucial alert for any viewers who are currently on dialysis. Everything we've just discussed about the magic of 0 protein, that is highly beneficial before dialysis. But once a patient actually begins dialysis treatments, the body's needs completely flip, and your protein requirements actually increase quite a bit. So if you are actively on dialysis, flax milk alone is not going to cut it for your protein needs. You absolutely must consult your renal dietitian to balance this out with high-quality protein sources.
All right, to pull this all together, here is a handy little cheat sheet summarizing our 3 kidney-friendly milks. Rice milk offers the cleanest mineral profile, literally giving your kidneys a day off. Cashew milk brings those heart-friendly fats to support your cardiovascular system. And flax milk packs the power of anti-inflammatory ALA to actively protect your kidney tissue. Now look, none of these are overnight miracle cures, right? But making a simple, consistent choice, like swapping out your morning glass of milk, builds up to real, tangible protection for your kidneys over weeks and months. These are just simple swaps, not sacrifices.
So, I want to leave you with this one question to think about. Which simple milk swap are you going to make to protect your kidneys tomorrow morning? You've got the knowledge now, and you've got the low 3 rule to guide you. Take control of those daily habits, flip those cartons around to read the labels, and start giving your kidneys the daily break they desperately deserve. Thanks so much for joining me as we explored this explainer, and remember to protect your health one small, informed choice at a time.